Hi, beautiful souls. Welcome here. Hi, Tamla. How are you? Hi, everyone. How is everyone doing today? I'm good. Thank you. Let me know where you're joining from and what are you grateful for at this moment. I'm super grateful to be here with you guys and enjoying my Tulasi sweet tea. How's your day going so far? We'll let everyone settle and start in a moment. Hey, Alina. Good morning. Hariom. How are you doing today? It's like Insighttimer is becoming a part of your family, isn't it? You recognize by the names and you recognize the energy and you show up. It's amazing how we're all connected, isn't it, in such a short time? And I always believe like we are meant to be where we are. Yeah. Anything, no matter what's happening in our life, we were meant to be part of those experiences. Hey, Pasanti, how are you? Hi, Relaxin. Good morning. Yes, very special, beautiful family. Yes. And this is amazing, like how we can co-create um, and be make our own soul tribe and be part of that family. Hey, Relaxin, are you sip? I recognize that profile picture. Yay, got it right. It's been a long while I've seen you here. Cool. Welcome. Chelsea, good morning. First time doing Akashic Records. Yay! I'm so excited to be doing this with you. Lovely. Has anyone done the Akashic Records meditation with me before or have listened to any of my tracks on Akashic? Sandy, first time. Yes. Love, and most of them will be first timers. So I can use the same things again. Or some of you might be bored listening to the same things again. And let me know, what are you grateful for this morning, guys? Has anyone ever got Akashic reading done before or studied Akashic records? For the sun, I did a few times, but I love to do old stuff again. Practicing this, you have a live session. I think I have been here once before. I just pop on when I have a minute. For my kids at school, yes, I know. Yes, I'm grateful they're in school. At least they're having a good time. But like, yeah, they didn't bother me. They're old enough. But it's great they're able to meet their friends, connect to them, even with the mask on. Yes, done your Akashic records in life. Yes, this topic did come up in our circle. I think 2 weeks ago or something, and I was asking, hey, what would you like the topic? And a couple of them suggested on the relationship patterns. So here we are talking about the relationship patterns. Yeah, he just started. So I'm finally getting a break now, the school age. Isn't it? It's like a yeah, no point in thinking what the school should be like. It's like adapting to it because like the moment we think it's not fair for them to be like personally, I was thinking that way. It's not fair for children to be with the mask, not able to play and everything. But then I was putting more like, stress and anxiety to them. Then I said, like, no, it's what it is. That's it. We better accept and see how we can make the most. And yes, going with that attitude helped us all as well, being positive. Having afternoon tea before school, pick up, excited to learn more. Never heard about Akashic Records. It's interesting, Sandy. Like here we are into the morning, sending the kids to school, and you're the afternoon ready to pick them up shortly. Relationship is a great subject. I'm trying to channel love. Lovely. All right. Okay. So, welcome everyone. Thank you for being here, showing up. So, yeah, Akashic Records is my favorite subject. Is so much of a wealth of knowledge and information, and every time you go in, there is so much of archive folders that we can go dig deep and understand further. Like, Akashic Records is that beautiful ether or a space. They're not physical, but they are everywhere around us, like, right in front of us, that we can tap into that energy. We can tap into that portal and get the information that we are looking for to make our lives easier. I always see Akashic Records as like, comparing it to Empire State Building or any of those huge buildings that you think about, which has 100 floors or 200 floors, whatever it is. I don't even know if there 200 floors. I think there are buildings with it, right? Going on to that realm, to that height, and seeing what's happening here and getting to know, like, the bigger picture of the maze that we are in the life. So when you ever been in a maze, you start here at the starting point and you're trying to navigate yourself. We do get lost because from that ground level we are assuming which way to go forward. But if you are checking from a drone or from a heightened level, you see exactly where we should be going in and what is right for us to get to the end point in much ease, like, not having too many detours and everything. So that is how I see Akashic Records, as that beautiful information. And every thought, every experience that is happening or has happened, will be happening, possibilities of it, is everything recorded here. We might think, like, why does life has to be hard? But when we look into, like, exactly what is making it life harder, say it could be a relationship, it could be a finance thing, it could be a health issue, understanding where it is coming from and releasing it and moving forward makes it so easier that we don't feel stuck anymore. And sometimes, or many times, with many of the traumas or the patterns that we have it, until we understand our past fully, we can't move forward. And that is where it has to come in. Like, someone gives you a project, right, in between you're transitioning in your workplace or something, but without having a overview of the project, where it has started, who is involved and everything, how can you take it forward fully, right? You need to have some overview or some knowledge about it, and that's exactly what it is from the Akashic realms as well. Now, coming into the relationships, like, there are many places that this topic is applicable, like a relationship. When I say, just not the soul love or the twin flame or the partner relationship, even the relationship with our family members, say mother owned or the father owned, or with the siblings or the sister-in-laws, brother-in-laws who are coming into our lives, like nieces, nephews, all that are coming in, the friends that are coming in, the teachers, the neighbors, the managers, or the colleagues, like, or some random encounters, like, say, for example, you moved, say, for example, I moved from Ireland after being there for 18 years. And when I came here, there is a soul family waiting for me, greeting me and looking after me and everything. But there could be some trigger of a relationship. All of a sudden, I'm trying to understand, what is this relation trying to teach me me that I haven't learned all my other years of my life, And these are the patterns that I want you to think about, where you feel like I want to understand more deeper, or where you want to connect to your own relationship patterns much more in a deeper place. Yeah. And this is where, when we acknowledge it, first thing first, when we acknowledge saying like, hey, I'm having a difficulty in understanding the pattern, that why am I repeatedly getting a manager who is such a pain, like giving me extra work no matter how much I say them, this is it, like, it's beyond my contract and I can't, I have so family to attend and everything, like why am I still attracting, no matter how many jobs I change, there's still the same energy, why am I attracting? And so to understand it, I need to acknowledge, okay, there is an issue there. And when you acknowledge it, you are going into the records and asking, where is this pattern coming from, and what is that I need to. Say, for example, like every relation in our life is coming to teach us some valuable lessons. It could be either to show us how we can stretch ourselves, or how we can detour and navigate ourselves to the right path, or how we can set up boundaries, even, like, especially if anyone has been raised with any narcissistic families, like, the parents are toxic or abusive relationships, like, having that boundary is so difficult. It's not like me saying, hey, you need to walk out of the relationship. It's so easy to say that, but actually when we are doing it, when we are going through that suffering and understanding how we need to come out of it, we need to make that step. Nobody comes and does that step for us. And so understanding that part and where it is coming from, what have I learned, what else do I need to understand here before I can break through, or bring a peace to it. And so I'm moving forward with less of that pain, less of that burden. And then I get into the recovery phase of it, to heal myself, not carrying that for too long as well. So here is the hardest part, is to acknowledge it. And a lot of us would be in denial. I have seen many friends or the clients as well, where we are in denial that this relationship is okay, even though like everything is so visible that it is toxic. And toxic as, like, physical abuse as well, like, or like, self abuse, like, you are getting stuck in that whirlpool of energy. And this is where we need to first identify and acknowledge. And then growing up with our cultural limiting beliefs and everything, we're always told, you need to keep quiet, especially the woman, like, you need to keep quiet and go forward and work on your relationship. You're the one who needs to pull it together. How many of you heard that? Like, how many of you have been in that place, tolerating or, like, holding up some relations from the family or the siblings, or like a partner relationship, just because you were told that? Yet when we just get to know our truth, we just liberate ourselves and get that freedom to be who you are. And that's the most important thing, understanding. But stepping back a little bit, like, when we are coming onto the earth realm, we are making a soul contract with this beautiful soul family. And the so-called mother or the so-called partner relation, we already made a contract. Hey, I'm going to be coming here and I want to understand what is it to be in a painful situation of financial lack, and you're going to create that. So you might have a contract with a mother who is overly spending, and you don't have enough for your education or for your needs, and she's not there to support you on any realm, like, but when you know that contract, okay, she did this just to for me to understand it. Now I don't need to be in the prison of a relationship. I can free myself and choose to be looking after myself and bring a peace. As you do this, you are lifting a big weight and a burden off your shoulders and connect to the relation from a soul level. And that is what she has been like choosing to do to you. And it's not fun for them to be who they are, giving us a pain as well. But deep in the soul, they know it was a understanding, mutual commitment. We both did it. And now this is where the beauty comes in, when you understand that part, what the past lives have been and what are the lessons. We release, we welcome the healing, and it doesn't annoy us so much. It doesn't cause us so much of a anxiousness or a health concern, or we are not in the loop anymore, and we can come out of that maze, yeah, and then move on to some other lessons that we want to learn. And so far, like me understanding the records and using it, always been shown that there is one major life lesson that we are here with understanding, and others are only minor ones, like, that doesn't really stop us from moving forward. But there is only one major thing. Either it could be physical, it could be relationship, or it could be financial, something like that. One major thing is there, and that is what is connecting us all together. I used to think 12 years ago, before my journey, that I am the one who is suffering and nobody can understand me, or my story is bigger than everyone's story. And when I started opening up the clinic and um, welcoming the clients for Reiki, I started hearing them said, actually, my story is not too bad. Like, I'm finding it, I'm navigating, I'm coming out of it. And here I'm ready to help and serve others as well. And that made me like, wow, the world with so many stories, but the pain is the same. What you go through with the pain of a relationship is the same as someone else going through another pain of a relationship. Like, that is where we have that empathic bonding to each other as well. And that is how we are connected here. Does it all make sense? Yeah. And this could be a little triggers. This could be a little soul searching, or like, it's a heavy topic, but also the most needed to be addressed, to live ourselves with the freedom, live ourselves out of the captivity as well, like rather than choosing just to suffer. We are not here as a choice of suffering. We are here with a purpose that we need to uncover and go deep as well. There is this beautiful movie. I think Pixar did a good job. If anyone has watched Soul, a couple of months ago it came in. I love that. The best way they could picturize it. And yeah, if anyone hasn't watched, I would highly recommend. So you get a little depth of a knowledge in visualizing or seeing through a movie. Soul from Pixar is highly recommended. Yeah. Just going to look at the comments before we begin into the meditation. My heart goes for you, Christina. Yes, most of these traumas do come as a patterns, and healing on the ancestral lineage is one of the blessings that we have been doing it. And we can do it as well. Like, when we step back and see, why did our mothers, like mother wound is the biggest thing that's coming out, that we are all open to speak about it honestly, rather than suffering deep inside. And when we start speaking up, then we know, like a magnet. That is what I have noticed as well. When I started speaking about it, I have noticed there is a huge community out there who are suffering silently or voicing up, like, and we chose that relationship to heal until where we are, so that part of the pain doesn't go through our children. And this is where you are the barrier between the past to the future, and you suffer so much. And when I look around, why did no other sibling go through this? Why am I going through this pain? Is what I question as well. When I understood it, wow, such a big contract did I write? And only because you could do, you have the strength, you have been chosen one, you have for this to be dealt. So, as when you heal this part, when you release it, you're not only healing you, you're healing your mom, your granny, and all the other generations where this is coming from. And so, as for your children or your grandchildren, nieces, nephews, they are not in that cycle for your family. And that is a beautiful way. They have shown in the meditations, in the questioning, like, whenever I would ask them, the way they have shown that was making total sense as well. And then when you understand it, even when our parents don't talk to us, all right, this is a part of the contract. I do understand there is a pain on the physical level, but deep down, I'm glad we are doing this together. So I don't need to be coming back again and doing this again. No, I don't know what other contracts we'll be writing, but right now, this is a big deal. And this is enough for us to deal with. And when we start loving and bringing our energies back to ourselves, we are building ourselves stronger, and then we become much more able to hold the love for ourselves, and we attract better relationships. And then, or the relationships are already there that we are acknowledging, oh my god, how did I not see such a beautiful person in my life altogether now? It could be your best friend, it could be your aunt or someone else, like, that has been there always for you, but we haven't seen with the same eyes. But now you're opening up the soul to recognize that love they're holding for us. And this is where truly, like, all these years of experience has been shown is, where you don't get love, you need to pour love. Or where you feel you miss something, we have always been given in abundance in different places. It's just that we need to see in, like, I say that, like, if I don't get the love from a partner, I'm getting the love from the children. Or if I don't get the love from having a good best friend, I'm getting the love from the soul tribe. Like, we are always having it, but we don't see it because we are so busy thinking about what we don't have, and we are in the lack mode rather than the potential mode of it. Yeah. And those things, sometimes, no matter how many books you read, it doesn't click in until you experience. For me, some experiences had to go through and had to be done, like, through the work, and then it clicked. No matter how many times I read these things before, it wasn't helping me, it wasn't coming to me to heal until totally I was surrendering. Surrendering is another major thing that we go through in our soul evolution as well. Has anyone gone through that dark night of the soul? I'm sure you have gone through. And being at that low moment, all you could do is surrender. And being at the bottom, only way is to rise up. I have heard that thousands of times before. I didn't get it until I was on my knees and saying, this is enough, I can't deal anymore. And the only way is, I need the source, I need the solution to be given in for me to rise higher. And that is how it helped and healed, and the pains were reduced as well. Hope that's all making sense for you guys. Can we release soul contracts in this lifetime? And how does that happen if so? That's a good question, Kate. So yes, we can release the soul contract only if we have done with the understanding of each other's contract that we have written at the first place. Yeah. And then if not, most of the times the masters would be sharing us the information, how we can do it, and what are the other lessons that we are here for. Say, for example, a client of mine, she was asking about, like, hey, this relationship is not serving me any better, like, and we have been in the marriage for like 20 years, and I don't see any way that we can be together. And in the records, they showed me like they are running on a parallel lanes and it's not going to be together, but yet they had few things they have to understand and be there. So the understanding was to still love each other when they are on the parallel lane as well. And once they can do it, raise their selves and see the beauty for each other and hold the space for each other, and that was easier for them to go apart ways and continue their lives. Yeah, until then, they have to be together is what was been shared, and that made the person relieve, like, okay, I don't need to be here, so I'm going to shift to truly find the good things about this man in my life and start loving the man in my life. So I'm going to release this, and you feel yourself as you start loving with the, no matter how much harm they have done, when you shift that beauty of love, things get easier, less pressured on yourself, and you're finding so much of wealth in your own self as well. I mean, financial poverty contract, I would like to break that. Yes, Christina, understanding where it is coming from again and what has happened in the past lifetimes, and asking the masters, hey, what can I do here to release it? Am I ready for it? What are the lessons I need to learn? How can I come out of it? Yeah. So those are some of the open questions you can ask and get out of it. So there are some tracks as well, I think 2 or 3 meditation tracks on my profile. You can go and check like on the tracks. With those questions, you can go and meditate and see what the findings do come in. Surely. So we are here to learn lessons and learn a particular lesson. Are we then given even harder lesson to learn of the same thing? Um, so far from my experience, when already your lesson is hard enough that you're going through a dark night of the soul, what I have figured it out is they top you up with a bit more of a challenge related to the same thing. And once you understand it, that will be always your trigger point, let's say that way. And when it is getting better, you actually acknowledge how strong you are rather than how weak you are, or how could I be the less deserving one. So you are simultaneously raising your vibrations, raising your thought process, raising your healing methods, as well as this lesson is getting harder, and then it's being released as well. And that's where you feel like I'm living with my whole soul purpose, and I understand this, and you connect to the other souls and you educate them, like, in your own methods. Like, you could be a great person at networking or talking to people, and a lot of things that you would be noticing is similar patterns to your own lesson. You're attracting these people and you're able to give them back with the healing that you have been brought into the light. Yeah. But definitely once we go through the awakening, I have noticed is with the clients or myself is it's not too tougher that we can't deal, because you have dealt with once, you can do it again. Say for example, like, this is the metaphorically that are sharing with me now, is like once you go on to that, have you ever been on the roller coaster rides or the drop zone kind? The first time is very anxious, you don't know what to expect, there is this adrenaline rush, but yet you want to do it, and you're doing it because you have someone with you who is inspiring you to do it, and you do it, right? The first time is like nerve-wracking, so much you hesitate, you talk through and you do it, and after a year or two you have to go through it again, like, I did that, I think I can do it, but I just need a little bit more push, and you do it with a little less tackiness there, and you still do it, and you see, this is not too bad now, I'm mastering at it. Yeah, it's like you complete your education, you submit your assignments, and you're done with it, life lesson, and you move on to the next one, and which is about like growing your soul much more deeply. And see, at the end, like as our soul is growing, we are widening our knowledges, and we are going into the deep realms of like, who are we, why are we here, and what else have I got to learn, like welcome on board, like, and definitely that attitude changes for us. Yeah. Hope that makes sense, Julie. Okay, guys. So I think you got an idea about, like, what is the question that you're going to ask about a relationship. Definitely stay with the relationship patterns question. So we have a group energy there. But if you have any other question, you can check on the tracks and use the meditation to go with any other question as well. Most welcome. Yeah. And if you feel like some of the questions are relevant and you want to be bringing as part of the live here, please join the circle and drop or message me or drop a note. Like, I'll try to put it into the next circle or next live for the Akashic Records. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so this is a huge one, right? So take it easy, journal. That's the most important thing as well. Like, and see the progress of your day, your emotions next few days. Like, being in the Akashic Records itself is a healing. So you may notice you're going through a healing crisis, which is like you could be emotional, you could be at a discomfort, but like it's not that you can't bear it, but you'll feel like there is a relief coming out of it. So you are being welcomed into that journey, um, and be healed as well, or get a perspective. One of the things that I want to highlight is in the meditation, in case you're not being shared anything about your past there regarding your question, don't be disappointed. It's just that maybe we have to reset our frequencies to understand what the realms are like. If it's your first time, or maybe the question is too heavy, we just need to relax our body and then get deep into it. Especially the relationship patterns, they are deep ones, right? There is a lot of attachments there, but the information coming to you is very subtle. It's not loud. It's not screaming at you, saying you what to do. The masters in the records, they never tell us what we should do. They always give us a choice of what's right for us, and it's up to us how, as a human will, we can take it in forward and make it easier, or no, thank you, keep it to yourself. I think I'm better where I am now, and that's a choice we can make as well. So take the guidance, see the information, and consume it. And the other thing is through the dreams as well, like, or if you're a writer or a creative person, through those portals or in your meditations, you will be noticing the information is flowing in, or you're watching a movie and something's clicked to you as well. Yeah. So that way you are again releasing, shifting, and bringing healing to yourself. But be gentle with yourself. That's all I would recommend, and I would highly suggest. Don't be hard on yourself. And one thing, how do I know this is working? Like, I'm such a left brain person when it comes to new things, and a skeptic as well. I always ask that, how do I know this is working? What you notice is that friction between you and the relationship you're asking is reducing, or you don't feel so attached, the cords are being disconnected, that you're not in that whole whirlpool of thoughts altogether, and you will find more peace coming in, or you're shifting your focus from that relationship to something else that are more happier for you, or more peacer to you as well. So this is the way. And if someone is going through the relationship issues, and you have let me put this way, like, majority of the times, like when we go through the deep traumatic relationships sufferings, we do also have some physical issues. Sometimes those physical issues are being healed as well, like, so do notice if you have any physical things, especially for the woman, it could be around the womb, the ovaries, or the cycle itself, like, or the men, it could be around again, like the root chakra could be all over the place with all this suffering being in the silence and everything. So do notice that you are healing on a physical realm as well. So that's a good one to notice. Yeah. Or you're having less anxious thoughts about the whole Anytime this person's name comes up, you're less anxious. So that itself is a victory, right? And depending on what the guidance comes in, you can do it one more time as well. Go into the records and ask them to show furthermore that you're ready to learn this lesson and you want to finish it right now. You don't want to come back to it. Yeah. This is the worst, isn't it? In halfway through, like you have to go back to the college and study the first half again. Like, no, thank you. I rather finish it off and done with it. Yeah. So that is where the interesting part is. So let's get started. That's right, Christina. So take it easy, relax yourself. Take a nice breath in. You can lie down or sit comfortably. Just make sure you're not driving while this meditation is happening. You can listen, maybe not practice meditation, so you get an idea what you can do afterwards. I'm just sharing the sage smudge, which is helping cleansing the energies all around you as you're going into this beautiful sacred space. Visualize this beautiful smudge is cleansing your auric field, your energy centers in and out, calming you and relaxing you. So take another nice deep breath. Just going to play some music. Closing your eyes. Relaxing the shoulders. Relaxing your feet. Taking a deeper breath into your belly and breathing out. Allow your mind to relax, your shoulders relaxing, your chest expanding, your belly breath gentle, slow, and deeper. Your hips are being relaxed. Your legs, your toes, your hands, your fingers, every part of the cell, organs, muscles, loosening up and relaxing. Dropping your attention into your heart center. Visualize these beautiful, thick, golden roots coming out of the soles of your feet, growing into the Mother Earth, deep into the Mother Earth through all the layers. And there you notice a beautiful smoky quartz crystal holding the deep in the core of the Mother Earth. And these golden roots are gently wrapping around this crystal, drawing up all the energy from the crystal to be here in the present moment, anchoring us, grounding us, and let that energy flow up, 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 up through the roots and gently to the soles of your feet, through your Earth Star chakra, and let that beautiful energy flow through your lower legs, your shins, calf muscles, your knees, your thighs, your hips, your root chakra, into your sacral chakra, into your navel chakra, solar plexus, and gently coming into your heart center. As this beautiful energy from the crystal touches your heart center, there is a beautiful infinity sign radiating around your heart center, infusing you with love and the connection. And now visualize a beautiful white light coming down from the source, down, 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 through the stellar gateway chakra, through the causal chakra, the soul star chakra, and gently into your crown. Feel the energies as it's connecting to your crown center, into your third eye, gently traveling into your throat and merging with your heart center and connecting with the infinity sign. And this beautiful infinity sign is growing wider and bigger as you're breathing, and it's acting as your symbol of protection as you begin your journey into the Akashic Records. Calling in Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael to be here to shield you and protect you as you are on your journey. Taking a relaxing breath. With the next breath, you notice that you're at a beautiful space, which is a magical land with all the colorful flowers, beautiful garden, the birds flying. You notice the butterflies, the dragonflies. You notice these frogs, rabbits jumping around, hopping around. You can smell the fragrance from these flowers. As you walk, you are being accompanied by your guardian angel who has been there all through your life. As you walk, you notice the grass beneath you is soft. Sense and feel. As you walk further into the garden, you notice there is a beautiful book waiting for you, wrapped in a red bag. And there is a place that you can sit. And as you walk closer, you notice you're being greeted and welcomed by your circle of light beings, your record holders, your masters, teachers, ancestors, spirit guides, spirit animals, all welcoming you, your mental beings, your angels, cheering you for making your way to your records, to the book that has your name on it, trying to look around who is there and recognize the faces. You hold the book closer to your heart. You smell, you touch, You feel, and gently taking it out of the red bag. You look around the pages. At first, they're all pretty same, and there is nothing inside. You hold it closer to your heart once again, and you take a seat on the chair and ask your masters and your guides with your intentions of asking about a relationship where you're having a challenge or you notice a repeated pattern and you want to understand further about this relationship and the contract that you have with this person. And as you scan through the book, you hold and you stop at a page that brightens up, and you keep the book open and just observe how the words are being formed and the information is being revealed, showing where this relationship is coming from and how are you both connected in the past lifetimes. Allow that information to go through you. As the information is coming, ask your masters to show what are your lessons to be learned here. And did you have any past lifetimes together? And ask your masters how you can reduce it and what can you do to release this pattern and invite more love, more ease into your life. And what is this relationship teaching you? And ask your masters, the Lord's record keepers, to release the burden of this relationship and fill you with healing and give you the strength moving forward with ease. Ask your record keepers to show you a page where you get further information about healing on the relationship and what you can do about. Information may come in the words, your thoughts, or subtle voices, or the symbols. If you see a blank page, ask them to fill in with the words or the pictures that make sense to you at this moment of time. Take another deeper breath. Holding the book closer to your heart once again. Understanding a little bit more information on your relationship from the past and knowing those tangles. As you work on this relationship, more things will be revealed at the right time. And knowing that you can come here and witness this beautiful healing journey and open your records and grab the information keeping the book at the safer place, thanking the circle of light, your record keepers, masters, archangels, angels, elemental beings, your guardian angel, for showing up and taking you into this beautiful journey. And slowly walking out through the meadows, through the garden, feeling much lighter and more recharged with knowing the information that's making it easier for you. With your next breath, you're gently coming back into the room, into the space that you're in, making a connection with your body, making a connection with your mind, with your soul, with that beautiful depth of information. With the count of 10 to 1, taking a deeper breaths, calmer breaths. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, gently wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking a nicer, deeper breath. Feeling your shoulders, your legs, your head. Taking a little stretch. Opening your eyes when you're ready. Having some water. Keeping yourself hydrated. And if you have a journal, write your experience. And if any thoughts, any experiences that came up you would like to share, please do in the comments. Welcome back, welcome back. As you're coming back, feel the connection to the Mother Earth. Feel the connection of the beautiful protection. Welcome back. That was beautiful. Thank you, Christina. My fingers are freezing and they got so numb. Tamla, sometimes when we go through the emotional release, it's a cold energy that gets in. Yeah. Shake your hands and shake your body. So you're releasing, loosening up, and getting your blood circulation. I'm a Reiki, so enjoyed using symbols in the realm and helping to heal the past. That's wonderful, Christina. Yes, some of the symbols do help us to disconnect and heal as well. How is everyone doing? Did you get any guidance? Or sometimes even when we are not ready to be shared or the information, the experience itself is so uplifting and it gets into that peace state, like a deep healing. I was really crying, but I didn't realize until I opened my eyes. Oh, Julie. That's a great thing, great release, isn't it? The tears. And tears are not always the sorrow, they could be the happiness as well, or the freedom. It's like release. You should have 20 minutes meditation. Feels like 5 minutes. Yay. Thank you, Haley. Yeah, time goes so fast, isn't it, when we are in a beautiful realm? You all feeling okay? Make sure you hydrate. Yeah, that's so important. I felt my family really enjoyed seeing me there, like a relief. That's amazing. Christina, there is another technique that I also did that helped was me from my higher self to speak to those relationships that we are having a difficulty when we are in a meditation. Imagine my higher self, which doesn't have our egos, doesn't have the same pains that we as a physical thing have, body have. And from that, we are speaking to their higher realm. And that way, like, we can question, we can get the answers, and we understand, why are you being so tough on me? You get the answers, and when you actually see them in physical, it's so easier, it's not too tangly. Or you might notice, like, try it out with less attached relations, and you will get, like, a text message or like a much nicer way to welcome you rather than the usual one. So beautiful. Many different relationships came up to trust my oral surgeon and time and a baby. Would eventually heal romantic one in future. Interesting. That's interesting, Chelsea. Yeah. And remember, all our ancestors, all our tribe is up there and supporting us. And we are not alone on our journey. We meant to bring them together with us. Also meant to learn boundaries with boss. Yes. And you can ask them as well, how do I bring these boundaries? If anyone has a difficulty, ask in the records, like, how do I bring the boundaries and what kind of a boundaries I need to have? There is actually, I have recorded a podcast on the boundaries, energetic boundaries. It's up on the tracks as well if you want to listen to. Yes, the boundaries is the biggest life-changing thing. We all grew up with no boundaries, and at some stage in our life we all are learning that. And yet when I feel like, oh, I did a good job on learning boundaries, but again, like, maybe today or maybe tomorrow, some other day someone else will come and teach me some other ways to do more boundaries. Or I forget, like, oh, I didn't have a boundary in this space, I better do something about it. So if you enjoyed this, guys, yeah, you're most welcome to go follow me. And so you get the live events notification when the next one comes up. And do let me know, what would you like the next time on a topic with the Akashic Realms? Where would you like more guidance on? I'm happy to bring that up the next time. You can join the circle, which is Experience Healing with Srimanju. And you can check in the bio if anyone is interested in one-to-one as well. I do that. I'm still waiting on Insighttimer to have those mentoring sessions here. So yeah, I love to be in connection and listen to that podcast. Yes, it's a good one. Yeah. And also some chapters or some podcasts are from my own book, Experience Healing Through Your Inner Guidance. Yes, that's the part of the journey that I was going through to bring in all the tools and techniques out. And you're most welcome if you feel drawn to making a donation up here. And I would highly appreciate that. That helps me and the Insighttimer platform as well. I'll be so grateful. And yes, in case anyone joined in between, you haven't been part of the meditation fully, there is a track for the Akashic Realm, 2 tracks, so 3 of them for the Akashic Realms, and you can join and listen them. And in case anyone hasn't received any information or hasn't seen anything in the realms, be open. It's not that the records are not welcoming you or there is no guidance for you. It's just we haven't been ready, maybe, or we were not seeing where they are directing us. So watch out, keep those intentions. You may be seeing through your dreams or through your other meditations or through channeling. So be open to that. Yeah. Is anyone feeling lightheaded or spacey? It's good to shake that energy off and maybe wiggle your toes, your hands. Tamla, how is your freezing hands? Are you better now? Dry mouth, thirsty. Yes, you did a heavy lifting work. So definitely the water is so important. Keeping yourself hydrated. Yes, I shook my arms. Great. Yeah, I do notice those observations, like, on those relationships or your physical things as well. As like they are your milestones, you're noticing, like, how am I getting, like, on, or am I feeling better now? Like all those checklists for yourself. And I wish you a very happy journey in these relationships to uncover and understand in deep realms. And it's so important. Yeah. As said, it's better to do the work now rather than doing it halfway and coming back again. And if anyone has any personal questions, you don't want to put it out here, most welcome to do in the messages. So you can do that or email me. I'm happy to respond. Yeah. But I have to say, it's a beautiful, deep connections that we made today in the realms. Take time to consume that and go in and check yourself further as well. Definitely, it's a beautiful portal to get all our answers. It's better than the Wikipedia. It's our own way and how we are healing, because it's whatever they're showing us the guidance. It's very personal. It's very much connecting us. Yeah. So give that space and time to heal yourself. I have a live tomorrow at 10 o'clock with the angel card reading. So if you're guided, most welcome to come in for that. I've done the angel card readings in good few weeks. So tomorrow is the day. I'll be randomly picking up some of the names from the joiners, and then any questions, pick up the angel guidance there. So it's going to be a lot of interactive and a lot of learning as well. And definitely one message for a person is relating to the other person as well. As said, in the collective matrix, we're all connected in the beautiful portal. So any comments, any notices before we wrap up? Thank you. Thank you for being here, Damla. Thank you, Vasanthi. Yes, one last thing before I wrap up. Complimenting. If you have been, some of you have been on my few lives, you know what I'm saying here. I just want you guys to compliment someone and just say anything to them, what you really mean from the heart, and make a connection to a soul by complimenting. When you compliment someone, you know or you don't know them, it's so much of energy change you create for them, and you will be receiving it back as well. Receiving compliments is such a wonderful gift, but also the bigger gift is giving it with no attachments. Yeah, it makes our relations much easier. And also that awkwardness is gone, like, and before we even open up with any conversation, say like you're going to meet your colleague and you have having a little difficulty in speaking about the project or anything, you can just give a compliment and you will be opening up in a much peacer platform there together. So do that and see. This is a little campaign between me and my 12-year-old. We're doing it. We want to spread that awareness and the joy of it. So if anyone is doing it, let me know as well how you're feeling about it. And have you been receiving any compliments back to you? Thank you, Sandy. I don't see it here. I guess maybe, yeah, it's not showing up here definitely, but I can check the behind. Thank you so much for your donations, guys. Much appreciated, all from my heart. And love to see you guys again tomorrow. And until then, take care and have a lovely morning, afternoon. Whatever you're doing, always find the joy and the blessings in that. And I'll connect to you back tomorrow. Namaste. Namaste, Alina. Thank you, guys. Namaste. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Take care. It's 11:11. Wonderful timing.